Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us live from all over the world. We are so blessed to have you here. My name is Hope Kemigisha, Global Peace Women Leader, Uganda. And today with me, I'm joined with some beautiful, amazing women that are transforming lives, working with the youth from Nepal and then from Philippines. So it is going to be a mixture of races and across nations, trying to tackle the subject that is equipping youth for tomorrow's leadership. In this session, the breakout session for the youth peace building and leadership education under women leadership and global peace women, allow me to introduce to you one of our beautiful speakers that is ready to give you her immense, share with you her experience. Miss Bambi Pata, country leader, global peace women, Nepal. Ms. Bambi Pata is the program director at Global Peace Foundation Nepal and country leader of Global Peace Women in Nepal. For the past 9 years, she works for peace building through grassroots projects focusing on youth, women, families, and communities. Rising and mentoring young leaders is one of her purpose in life, which led her in training for almost 1,500 youth and women on moral and innovative leadership and capacity building. And she has personally mentored some of them. She has also mobilized more than 1,000 volunteers and has reached more than 10,000 beneficiaries through various programs that she has designed and managed. She believes in tolerance and respect for a peaceful world and always inculcates the core value of living for the greater good in every project that she designs. So help me welcome Miss Bambi.
Have you had experience sharing your dream to somebody, and that somebody was trusting in your shortcomings instead of showing you the way to overcome those shortcomings of yours? Namaste. Greetings from Nepal. My name is Bambi. By profession, I am a licensed civil engineer. Now you might think, what is a civil engineer doing here talking to us about youth empowerment for peace building? Well, almost a decade ago, while I was browsing one of the computers in our office, I came across with a leadership development module. I found the content appealing, so I thought to myself, why don't I use this to teach students? But I don't have any experience in teaching, plus the confidence talking in front of the people. But I really wanted to try it. So what I did was, I gave a presentation to 3 of our interns. I could still vividly remember how much my voice was shaking and my heart was pounding. However, I continued. At the end of the presentation, I have asked my audience for feedback. Their constructive feedback encouraged me that I could do it. Then I started studying the module, did some research, practiced until I kicked off my first class of leadership development. My very first 30 students were from class 12, along with their 2 teachers. Just like my first presentation, I was nervous, but the show must go on until my first ever facilitation of leadership development concluded. That was one of the longest 2 hours of my life. But it brought me immense joy that I was able to share the knowledge to the participants and seeing them enjoying it. That was my journey of youth empowerment begun. From then, I never stopped. I started to give more leadership development program. I learned by doing. I modified the program, and I even facilitated it with the teachers too. To tell you the truth, facilitating the leadership development program was not part of my job responsibilities, but it didn't matter to me. I kept on going while fulfilling my other responsibilities. Do you know why? Because as I do it, I started to embody the core values I was instilling to the students. At the beginning, I thought I am just going to do it because the module has good contents that can help shape the character of the students. But in the process, it was also shaping me. I was not only transforming others, but I was transforming myself as well. And because of this, I started to give opportunities to our graduates to also lead the workshops. In that way, they're also uplifting others while empowering themselves. I was 30 when I started doing the youth leadership workshop, and I can see how much I have grown and improved personally and professionally. How much more our students, who are still young, just imagine the great things they can do. That's one of the main reasons why I do what I do. What do you think is the connection of peace building and leadership development? Well, peace building requires true leadership. Hence, we make sure to raise the young people to become moral and innovative leaders, which is an integral part of our capacity building of Peace Builders program, which you have seen in the video at the plenary session. To continue in empowering the youth, we have come up with the continuation program called Global Peace Builders, which is a platform for the graduates of our capacity building for peace builders and leadership programs to scale up the leadership skills of the selected 15 fellows for 7 months. A space for youth to grow and flourish as moral innovative leaders, Global Peace Builders has three credos. The first one is learn. I personally believe that experiential learning is the best way to unlock the full potentials of the young people. Therefore, we have designed activities for them to initiate their own programs and to embody the skills they have learned. Engage is the second one. For meaningful engagement, we provide them the opportunities to connect with their peers, build network, and partnership with others where they are involved in campaigns and service programs from planning, designing, decision-making, implementation, and evaluation. The third one is impact. With their capacities and engagement, we are building a space for the youth to make a difference in their communities through different initiatives. Our activities for this platform are similar to our first program, but this time the fellows run the show, where they learn, try, make mistakes, and learn from those mistakes, and they are encouraged to try again. Each fellow is required to run their own capacity building session where they will facilitate a session in which they are passionate about and initiate a service program. To empower their fellow youth, they must facilitate leadership workshops to help others to become the best versions of themselves and to become moral and innovative leaders just like them. The highest purpose of moral innovative leadership is to live for the greater good. Thus, the fellows run a project where their big dreams to serve others will put into action as they take ownership while engaging with others as a team for the common good. While dedicating themselves to serve others, self-care and self-motivation are vitally important. Therefore, motivational and self-care sessions are also part of our activities. Due to the lockdown, all of our activities are done virtually except the one community project where the fellows along with their family members have served the daily wage workers with food support. Currently, we are halfway of the program, and I can already see the growth in each of the fellow in becoming peace builders, and I can't wait what they can do more for the rest of our journey. Now going back to my first question, have you experienced sharing your dream to somebody and you were discouraged because he or she stressed out your shortcomings? Well, I did experience that. And this is what I do not want the youth to experience. That is why I am always striving my best to create a space for the youth where their dreams, ideas, and opinions are heard, and give them the opportunities to capitalize their strengths and manage their weaknesses while equipping them with the values. Namaste and thank you.
So right now I want to bring to you our second speaker for the day, a woman that is transforming lives in the Philippines, Miss Anna Mary Mira. She's the country coordinator, Global Peace Women, Philippines. Mira is the Global Peace Women, Philippines country coordinator and admin officer of Global Peace Foundation in the Philippines. She is a community service organizer conducting seminars, workshops, service projects both in rural and urban areas and an advocate of peace begins in the home campaign, women and girls empowerment and gender equality. She handles various projects for the benefits of women and children. She was also a graduate of Global Peace Women Leadership Academy. Currently, Miss Anna Marie serves, Currently, Ms. Anna Marie serves as the president of YWCA, FFPI Rizzo Chapter, and Assistant District Board Secretary of IWCPI District 380. She was Inner Wheel Club of Central, passing immediate past president and awarded as District 380's most outstanding president last year. Ladies and gentlemen, that is an outstanding woman that is transforming lives, and today she's here with us. Let us go into her video and see what some of the work that she's been doing. Please enjoy the video. Thank you so much.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Girls Empowerment Leadership Training Empowering Girls to Learn and Lead was launched last 2018 through Global Peace Women Leadership Academy as my output project. It is a sustainable project, benefited more than 900 girls for 3 consecutive years. The goals and the purpose of this training is to educate young girls, giving them the opportunity to discover themselves, discovering their inner self through interactive workshops, to promote true friendship, and to empower them as they take their role as young leaders in their respective communities, preparing them to become future-ready through livelihood training, financial literacy, and entrepreneur workshop. Our first implementation was last 2018, attended by 50 high school girls for 3 consecutive months of July, August, and September. Our second year of implementation, attended by more than 800 high school girls from Bernardo F. San Juan National High School, is a one-day leadership training in conjunction with our campaign to end violence against women and children. And last year, November 2020, we conducted our first virtual leadership training via Zoom and Facebook Live, attended by 120 girls from different schools. As a result of these trainings, some of the girls who attended become our active volunteers in various service projects we conduct and implemented in the community. Through these trainings, they acquired the ability to connect, empathize, and trust, which is the foundation of moral leadership. It is also the way where we can introduce a simple approach to peace building through community service. All these activities and service projects become possible because of Global Peace Foundation and Global Peace Women's Philippines' strong partnership with other civic organizations, making it sustainable for 3 consecutive years. In conclusion, we design our content based on the needs of our target market or beneficiaries. We do surveys and studies to make it appropriate for them. Aside from being educational, we always remember that they are young, so the content must also be entertaining, informational, inspiring, and engaging. We hope that through this training, these young girls, they will become moral and innovative leaders in our society. Thank you so much and have a nice day, everyone.
I hope you enjoyed the video of the great work that is being done in the Philippines by the most amazing lady, Anna Mira. We're going to go into a live question and answer segment where we have you and the questions that are asked all over the world that cut across each sector in the peace building capacity and service, and then especially with the youth. That is what we are handling today. I'm going to have the speakers answer some of the questions that we've had raised, and I'm going to start with Miss Bambi. You have been working with youth empowerment for almost 10 years now. Can you tell us the top 2 lessons that you've learned?
Thank you, Ms. Hope, for the question. I think the top 2 lessons I have learned while working with the youth are, first of all, it is critically important to instill in them the values of a true leader, because this will be the basis of their decisions and character at the same time, and we should deliberately let them practice the learned values in their daily lives so that they can add value to others too. And I think the second one is to truly empower the young people, we must give them opportunities, give them the wings to soar high. But we have to make sure that if they fall, adults are there to guide and encourage them to come back stronger.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Bambi. That was brief and straight to the point. I'll have a question for Ms. Anna Mira. Based on your program's feedback and observation, Ms. Anna, What is the most common barrier to girls' engagement in leadership development? How did your initiative address it?
Thank you, Ms. Hope, for the wonderful question. So based on feedbacks and our observations, many parents were hesitant to allow their daughters to participate in programs due to safety concerns. So what we did was we conducted parents orientation and collaborate with partner school or school administration, teachers, and advisors. Developing trust between parents and program stakeholders is critical for gaining girls' involvement in leadership development opportunities like this. So attention should be given to strategies for gaining the full support of parents and guardians in this kind of initiative because our participants are all minors. They are teenage girls. So it is important that the girls are not only exposed to leadership development opportunities, but also we want them to understand our intentional efforts to create ways that can overcome these barriers. So in other words, addressing these barriers faced by girls and teens can increase their self-confidence that will make them or encourage them to participate fully in our programs.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Anna. That is definitely the best way to overcome phobia, and especially when you're a new initiative that people haven't yet, gotten to embrace. Thank you so much. We appreciate. For Ms. Bambi, I do have an interesting question for you. What are some of the challenges you've faced with working with youth building education?
Working with the youth is not an easy task and journey, Miss Hope, as we are dealing with a diverse group of people with different perceptions, attitudes, and behaviors. However, that is the beauty of this program because we are intentionally cultivating their mindsets for peace by giving them the opportunities to work with each other so that slowly they can understand other people's uniqueness and build complementary relationships with their peers.
Wow, that is so true. It's never an easy work dealing with the youth. At first, when I started working with the youth in Uganda, I almost ran away, I almost gave up. I was challenged. These people are energetic, they're ambitious, they have a different version of the future. So it's interesting to know that in Nepal, in the Philippines, in Africa, in Uganda, they're all the same. The youth will remain the same. And this that you're giving us is definitely information that is going to help across the globe. Thank you so much, Ms. Bambi. I do have an interesting one for you, Ms. Anna. How do you plan to sustain your initiative?
So planning is very important. We definitely aiming for sustainability. That's why we want to develop our program. At the same time, we want to maintain our strong partnership with our donors and stakeholders. We have to continuously develop our program to become more attractive and relevant to our target participants and stakeholders. Like planning what the next training will be. Is it more advanced? Is it higher level in terms of content? What do we want to offer to them in terms of conceptualizing interactive workshop? Like especially this time, 2021, we want to have our training again via online or Zoom. So we have to include experiential projects wherein participants can have the opportunity to apply their learnings. And in terms of developing partners, we have to find more partners who are willing to invest with like local government offices or private non-government offices and other possible stakeholders like civic organizations who have same advocacy for youth. Finding new schools that are open for partnership, showing them the result of our previous trainings that will help serve as a model case. And also it is important to make partners with other resource speakers and lecturers because we believe that partnership are very essential in all project and activities that we are doing. We wanted to keep them as much as we can, creating healthy and strong partnership will provide the foundation of many community intervention and initiatives, especially in terms of funding. So the smooth implementation. So in order to achieve long-term goals, it is essential to continually maintain and improve our good relationship with our partners and stakeholders. And I believe that will ensure our project sustainability. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is nothing that partners want like a good report that is transparent and a good vision and to see progress. Thank you so much. We appreciate your feedback and sharing with us your experience. Right now, I'm going to pose a question, and this is actually for the both of you. We can have your take, Miss Anna and Miss Bambi. Can you share one of the most inspiring moments or people that you've met through your work with youth peace building? I'll go for you, Miss Bambi, first.
Miss Hope, as we are doing this program, we can't deny the fact that we really wanted to inspire young people, right? But we can't also deny the fact that, they also inspire us at the same time. So engaging with the young participants, I believe, is already inspiring for me because their uniqueness, aspirations, determination to make a difference, and their vibrant personalities gives me energy. Aside from that, seeing them doing well in their field, being role models for others, and whenever they share how they are applying the values they have learned from us in their personal and professional lives are very inspiring too. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I wouldn't deny that. I will go with Miss Anna. What is your take on that? What inspires you working with the youth?
Actually, it makes me think. For me, the most inspiring moment was when some of the girls from Bernardo F. San Juan National High School who participated in the leadership training first joined us in a service project as volunteers. Together with their school teachers and advisors, can you believe it? It inspired me looking at them working together and how they put into action what they learned from the workshop. At the same time, I witnessed how it helps them grow as a matured woman. It's really inspiring seeing these young girls who volunteer regularly, develop a civic identity as young leaders and change makers, and therefore become socially, civically active adults.
Wow. Uh, I was in my house and there was someone at the gate. And when I went to check out who it was a parent of one of the youth that we had brought in like 5 years back in what we are doing in Uganda under Global Peace Women. And this gentleman came carrying chicken and he told me my son had become a thief in the village. He was stealing and they almost burnt him alive. That is in Africa. But from the time he joined the work that you're doing, my son is now, everyone is asking me, where did you take your child? What happened to him? Because now he goes back and he's a role model in the community. So some of these things, you look at them, the transformation, and it is not different in Nepal. It's not different in the Philippines from what you're sharing. So I'm just so blessed that we are able to do this work and become pioneers. And I will just go back. I get emotional working with the youth. They are a band of joy. Thank you so much for your take. And I have another question that we are all going to share. What is that one piece of advice that you always find yourself giving to the youth and girls when you're facing challenges or when they are facing challenges? I'll go for you, Miss Bambi, that advice that you always give them. Every time they want to give up, they feel low, they feel we can't take it anymore. What is that that you always give them? Someone would love to learn from that.
Well, this is what I always say to our participants. When going gets tough, go back to your why. Because no matter what challenges will be thrown at you, if you know your why, then definitely the challenges will never be a hindrance in reaching your goals. Why power is willpower.
Wow. Why? When you talk of the why, this is what I understand. Why are you in this? Why are you fighting to become a better person? Why do you want to change your community? Why did you join the program? What pushed you to be a better person? I hope that is exactly what you mean by the why, the reason that brought you there. So thank you so much. We always have to go back and check ourselves what drove us. That is quite a powerful information and piece of advice. Ms. Bambi, I really appreciate that. I've used it many times when I'm advising people, the women, the youth, the leaders. Why are you pursuing this? Why do you want to be a better person? Why are you on this earth? What is your purpose in life? Why would you want to better? So I really love that. I'll go back to Miss Anna. What is that advice that you always give people when they are going through tough times, especially the youth and the young girls that you're mentoring?
Oh, for me, the first thing I can say is that when facing challenges, I told them to be brave, brave to cope with failures and learn from mistakes. It's okay to have mistakes. What's important is that things you do the next time around, you encounter the same challenges. And you have to see these challenges as learning opportunities. What matter most is that what you think and do now. That's why our program also focus on this, strengthening students' capacity to evaluate their own problems and consider number of solutions that can help them to address their personal challenges. And if you allow me, I would like to add to all the parents out there like me, we have to recognize that youth and teenagers that youth and teenagers face so many challenges right now. Parents, teachers, and other guardians should be aware of the concerns that today's teenagers are facing and be prepared to mitigate them. Because advanced technology means um, teenager facing issues that no previous generation ever seen. I mean, this is really different. Electronic media has changed or amplified some of the struggles young people face today. So, as parents, let's be their best friend and guide them without being demanding. These teenagers are usually classified as turbulent times as they're going through many growth changes physically and mentally as we deal with teenage girls like in my country. So one of the best options is to approach this concern with sincere understanding and empathy and love. We have to find innovative ways to connect with our children and build relationship to effectively support them during this difficult phase of growing up. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Anna. We're in a world where technology is taking over, phones and laptops are taking over. And the best thing that we can do to still remain in touch with our children is to make them our best friends so they can confide in us. I really love your approach, and definitely courage, determination, and zeal will see us through. Thank you so much for that. I will have one last one. What advice would you have for anyone who is interested or is already working in the field of youth development? Miss Bambi, that is your take. You go first.
Thank you, Ms. Hope. My advice for anyone who wants to work in youth development, it would be to be intentional in involving the young people in every step of their decisions, from planning, designing, and implementing, because in this way, they are truly empowering them. And one more thing is to ensure that they will be guided by shared values, because values are very important and they should be aligned with the values of the young people as well and with their own values. Thank you.
Wow. Well said. Well said. I'll give you a clap for that. Intentional. It is not by accident that they are here. They are intentional with what they're doing and where they're going. Thank you so much. And also the shared values. I usually find the youth to be a little bit, because they're at the level where they're growing, their mind is racing very fast. So I appreciate it when you say include them in the planning, in the design, in the implementation, so they feel included. It's part of their work. That is really good, and I will take that to Uganda. Thank you so much. Miss Anna, what would be your take on this? What advice would you give anyone that is interested or anybody that is already working with the youth?
So,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. For those who have interest to work in the field of youth development, I can say go. Don't hesitate and don't be intimidated. Have confidence. It can help you to feel ready for any life's experiences. When we're confident, we are more likely to move forward with people and opportunities. And if things don't work out first, don't worry. Confidence will help us to try again and again and again. It's the opposite of when confidence is low. Lack of confidence can hold back us from reaching out our full potential. That's why when we engage in the field of youth development opportunities, confidence really matters. We have to build confident mindset. Like when your inner voice says, "Oh no, I can do that." So you have to quickly say to yourself, "I can. No, I can do that." It's natural to compare ourselves with other people. It's a way to understand ourselves and develop the qualities we admire. You have, but if comparison give you feeling bad about yourself, so it's a sign that you have to work on your self-esteem and check on your confidence level. So compare yourself kindly and challenge yourself to do something that's beyond your comfort zone. Give yourself a little push. Embrace your quirks instead of trying to be like someone else or acting the way that's not true to you. So it takes courage and confidence to be real. If you are already in the field of youth development, I admire you. It means you have it. Confidence means feeling sure of yourself and your abilities, not in an arrogant way, but in a realistic, secure way. Thank you.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Miss Anna. That was detailed and straight to the point. I have just one more question for Miss Bambi, and we'll call it a day. Before we open it, before we open our sessions to the other questions that people have, does anyone need a particular training, a degree, a master's degree? Do you need a PhD to be able to help these youth to, in youth development? What do you think what does someone need? Is it the heart, the passion? What would be your take on this, Miss Bambi?
Well, Miss Hope, as what Miss Anna said, you have to have the confidence, right? You don't need the degree. Anyone can work in youth development as long as they're passionate about this, as long as they really know what they're doing and they really know why they are doing it. As what I've said before, you should know your why. So you have to go back to that and make sure that what you are doing, you know what you are doing, why you are doing what you're doing, right?
Mm,
Because
mm,
only then you will be able to move forward. So I believe anyone can be a peace builder, anyone can work for the youth. As what I've said in my intro, I am a
mm,
civil engineer by profession, but here
mm,
I am right now because it's with my determination to
mm.
bring change and to be able to
Wow.
to transfer the knowledge that I have. Then I was able to be here, and look at me, I'm
Mm,
here for almost 10 years now working, and I didn't have any what do you call this, certificates or any
mm.
what diploma
Training,
for
yeah.
this youth peace building. So yeah, so you just have to have a pure heart
Mm.
that you really want to make a difference in other people's lives. Thank you.
Well, service above self. Thank you so much. And one last one for Miss Anna, then we'll go to the live questions. I see some questions coming up already. What is your word? What would you want to tell a youth out there that is probably watching us, that is going to land on this recording, that a parent is going to share? What is your word? What would you love to tell the youth, Miss Anna, a youth out there?
So the only things I want to tell to the youth is you have to be like, aside from being confident, you have to plan what you want to be in your life. So you have to have a clear purpose, what you want to do. And as parents, we have to support our children. We
Mm,
have to become their strong foundation, and we become their backup. So we have to guide them so that they can achieve their full potential as a human being, as a leader, and as a moral, innovative leaders in our future and our country.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Miss Anna Mira. Uh, we do appreciate your feedback and the way you've answered these questions. So with a lot of experience and out of the bottom of your heart. One thing I'll give the youth out there is the world that you want to live in begins with you. Change begins with you. You are the one that is going to design the world that you want to live in tomorrow. Like Miss Bambi said, life is intentional. It is about choices. It is about who you want to be tomorrow. Find out what your purpose in life is and join the people that are going to mold you and shape you. And definitely any program that has to do with Global Peace Women, we are here for the people and we believe in building the world that we want to see our children live in tomorrow. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you, Miss Bambi. That was powerful. The words that you've given us were really lifting, and I love your strategy. Miss Anna, you have quite a lot of experience, and you are in depth. You are a true mother, and you have mothered many. Thank you so much for what you've given us. We are going to go live into the questions that are coming in. Please send in your questions, send in your thank you so much. I have a question here. I see many comments coming in. Thank you so much for participating. We are doing really well. So Miss Bambi, there is a question that is coming direct to you. What do you tell someone when they have to deal with moral dilemma? What do you tell someone when they have to deal with moral dilemma? That is directly to you, Miss Bambi. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Hope. Actually, that's actually a very good question, Miss Hope. Facing a moral dilemma is pretty hard. I won't pretend that my answer to that question is right for everyone, because each one of us tackles things differently, right? But personally, this is what I do whenever I am faced with that dilemma. I always use critical thinking skills. I have to analyze the possible consequences of my action and ask myself 100 or even 1,000 times, would it be for the greater good? Does it respect human dignity? Does it result to less injustice or less pain? So if your answer is yes, then you need to do what is best for that situation. And aside from that, there's this one story that I always reflect on whenever I am faced with such situation. Some of you might have heard it already. Apparently, there are two wolves within ourselves, which are in constant battle. One is good and another one is bad. And which do you think wins? Most of us might think, of course, the good, right? Because good always wins over evil. But apparently, it is what you feed. In life, we will face with different situations and unreasonable people, but we have the power to think and react. The outcomes are based on the choices we make. We cannot change the circumstances, but we always have a choice on how to respond. So yeah, critical thinking skills and the two wolves story definitely help me whenever I am faced with a moral dilemma. And I hope this will help you too. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Miss Bambi. It is self-explanatory. I have another question, and I would love to pose this to you, Miss Anna. You know what is happening with the COVID and the new normal? How can we lead in different ways in the new normal situation? How are leaders able to achieve what they want to cut across? Any advice out there for a young lady? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Miss Hope. And thank you to the participants, the participant who gave that question. I think for me, right now, as we face this like what we call worldwide crisis, it's not easy and nobody can predict what will happen in the future, right? But there's one thing we know for sure. If we're going to adapt, we're going to need each other for what we say, mutually assured support and a servant leader who are thinking for our best interest. In this new normal, leaders have to be proactive and deeply care about the people. And one of the best tools to do that is having a proper communication. It's a must to learn different platforms of communication. I remember in some of my organization, members, even leaders having a hard time in Zoom or Viber or even signing here in On24. So making sure people are receiving the information they need, because most of us now are working remotely, we have to know, like, knowing how to utilize this technology effectively, aside from like what we say, email, Zoom, you might need Viber, Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, KakaoTalk, or whatever your team is using. Like for example, when we work in the office, like me, or we're doing things face to face, it's easy to assess when somebody is happy or how to say having a hard day or they upset about something. So digitally, it's not easy to determine. It's very different. So it's much harder. So as a leader, so your leadership level must have to be more thoughtful. And this means proactively asking questions and taking time to listen instead of jumping on a Zoom call and immediately diving into work-related items. Take a moment to show you care. So in relation to that, leaders must create a safe environment where people will feel sense of belonging. Like me personally, I believe everyone finds fulfillment in their work only if they believe people around them care about them. And as human beings, not as a robot, like do this and do that and do that and do this. So as a leader, it's then your job to create an environment where people can feel this sense of belonging, making it feel like a family. It means leader have to be like parents, having the capacity for the whole range of emotion and still being able to make a sound, a logical decision in solving problems. So for me, the importance of young leaders in adapting to the new normal is very crucial. Looking to the future, it is increasingly clear that the impact of coronavirus pandemic will permanently change the world. So the way we work has fundamentally changed also, and we will need to adapt both in terms of how our workplaces operate and the kind of skills and right attitude ourselves and our colleagues will require. Thank you, and I hope I give justice to the question.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Anna. You definitely did a great job answering that. We have beautiful comments and questions coming in. Thank you so much. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your questions. In the interest of time, some of these are going to be answered and we are going to have them sent to your email. But I would just like to highlight a few of the comments. I see people that are saying, wow, thank God, this is interesting. Congratulations to all of you for sharing wonderful experiences with us. And this is coming in from Henry. Thank you, Henry. That is really encouraging. Wow, this comes in from Stella. I am so glad to participate in this session. Very empowering. Thank you, Stella. I'm sure everyone is energized. And then we have people bringing in their questions. From TAR, we have a gentleman here who has a question. How do we improve interpersonal communication? These are all wonderful questions. And we have another beautiful one from Annie. We are definitely going to make sure that we have all these answered. But in the interest of time, I'm going to have the closing remarks from both of our speakers today. And we are so grateful to have you tuned in. And at the end of this, we are going to have everything compiled so that you can get all the answers to the questions that have been coming in. I remain Hope Kenigisha, and thank you so much. We are going to have our closing remarks from our speakers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, ladies. That was amazing. I do appreciate all the comments and the reaction that you gave to the questions. Before we close this session or we go into the questions, would you give us your parting shot? What is that one word? What is that package that you would love to give to the people that are listening? I'll go with you, Miss Anna. Please give us your parting shot for today. Thank you.
So to all the girls out there, shake up your doubt. When we doubt our abilities, we feel inferior, unworthy, or unprepared. That make us to avoid people and situations that we might enjoy and grow from. You have to know your talents and let them shine. Many young people are looking for something meaningful to learn. So we believe that they are the future of our country, and even globally, investment for youth will make a dent in humanity, be it in education, empowerment, and family values, especially being a respectable citizen with dignity in all aspects of life. Since during this pandemic, it brought so much depression among the youth. This can be addressed by keeping them busy and let them experience the things they love. Let them explore their talent and skills and passion. Let us strengthen their values and fortitude in faith as we would like to development as we would like to develop them as women of our future, as a service-minded women, first, we have to believe that they are already leaders and they will be. They can truly become leaders when they discover what matters to them, connect with others to achieve their vision and take action, what they cannot do, but they cannot do it alone. These girls need access to equitable quality education, safe spaces, and welcoming communities that will support and encourage their growth and development, ensuring girls have trusted adults like us in their lives, like supportive communities, having time and space to learn and play. Surely they will success as individuals, as leaders. This is a collective effort. Together, let us work, and as we moving forward as a model of shared leadership, which is more inclusive and more empowering. Together, we can do it all. Thank you.
Wow, well said. That is a full package to the parents, to the youth, and the community. Thank you so much, Miss Anna. It was a pleasure having you here. I will go straight to Miss Bambi. What are your parting shots? What would you say? What is your final one? Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Hope. So most of the people think that building peace is impossible, especially nowadays with all the challenges the world is facing. But I truly believe there is a bright future if we start cultivating the young minds for peace, starting with their attitudes and thinking, to be practiced within themselves, then in their homes, where all of us first learn to understand the value in the difference of every person. That level of understanding is what we need to be able to foster relationships of tolerance and respect with diverse people. That is how an individual can start with peace building. We can make it a way of life no matter what our background is. Achieving world peace is a big dream, but we can always start with our small initiatives by taking ownership and working with others. Finally, just be a human being than a human doing.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, our leaders from Nepal and from the Philippines, Miss Anna Mira, Miss Bambi. Garan, you've blessed us so much. This was amazing. And to the viewers out there, thank you so much for participating and watching. And we believe that you have taken quite a lump sum of knowledge home. Please go implement it, be the ambassadors of change, be the change agents, and go change the world that you want to live in. It begins with you, with your family, with your friend, with your relative. It doesn't have to start with a big seminar. You can go about and bring change. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will call it a day. From Global Peace Women, thank you so much. And we want to thank our team. We want to thank our leadership from the top, our president, our partners, the people that work with us, all the nations that coming in, all the partners. Thank you so much for making this a success. We are so blessed to partner with you and to be agents of change in our respective countries. I remain Hope Kennedy-Sha for today, reporting in. Thank you. Be blessed.
Amazing, right? Some of these issues are so complex, it is easy to get overwhelmed. However, each presenter, each facilitator, rapporteur, and discussant embodies the power of a service-minded woman, motivated by her love for her family and other families, our shared human family, to make the world a better place. I know many of you have poured years, if not decades, into public service for your communities and nations. You are an inspiration. I'd like to revisit the question that GP Women Chairwoman Dr. Chun Sung Moon posed to us all yesterday. How can we, as a women, as a leaders, contribute to opening a path to a brighter future? Through the plenary yesterday and the workshop today, I think that we have realized the answer begins in our families and extends out into our communities and to the world. In our homes, we can cultivate profound reserves of gratitude, service, and unconditional love that can spread out and generate effective and sustainable solutions. If each of us continues to take action in our homes and in our communities, if each of us continues to invest in the connections we made here, I truly believe that we will spark transformation toward a more peaceful world. Right? Dr. Moon said, together with our collective strength of service, heart, and care, we will get through these times and we will create a brighter and greater future. I truly, firmly believe this. So instead of closing the story, let this be a new chapter of the exciting work that is to come. Let's invest in this community of service-minded readers to expand our impact together. Before you go, please fill out the post-session survey to let us know what you liked and how we can improve. We really appreciate your feedback. I wish you all well and thank you so much for your active participation. Goodbye until next time. Thank you.